Those eyes are those eyes. Hell, that's the phrase to start the video with. What? Was he saying those words to me? Or to the demon girl? Why had he said them? The line remained silent. He didn't give his name. It sounded like he was downtown as the bustle of the surroundings came in through the receiver. I was befuddled. I couldn't say anything. I didn't know what to say. Mr. at least thought it was him. Couldn't revert it to his usual tone. Maybe Nakihata Rimi. Did Mr. Miku know her? No, that itself wouldn't be much of a mystery. In any case, Mr. Miku was a natural born playboy. It wouldn't surprise me to hear that he'd gone out with this demon girl in the past. Or that even now, they were in the thick of a hot and heavy relationship. The issue at hand was whether or not the demon girl was currently my classmate. The demon girl appeared to me again. I made your faces stick close. I turned my back to her and spoke into the phone. Yes, but... then what's going on? Why did he accept it so easily? That almost made it sound like my being with the demon girl was an ordinary, everyday situation or something. Was the person on the other side of the phone really Mitsumi-kun? For example, there was also the possibility the demon girl had made it call some other person whose voice closely resembled Mitsumi-kun in order to get me to fall into her trap. Maybe this, some other person who sounded like Mitsumi-kun, was her underling, pretending to be Mitsumi-kun in hopes of deceiving me. Anything and everything started to seem suspicious. I didn't know what was the truth and what was a lie. To begin with, what kind of trap was the demon girl trying to make me fall into by using such elaborate tricks? In a situation like this, wouldn't it be quickest for her to kill me directly? Was there a reason she had no choice but to trick me, even if it meant taking such a roundabout approach? No, maybe it was a candid camera type thing set up by Mitsumi-kun. This girl was Mitsumi-kun's girlfriend, not my classmate or whatever. And he sent me here on purpose to tease me. That was completely ridiculous. If this were the case, how was I supposed to explain what had happened at the scene of the staking? His tone of voice was perfectly identical to Mitsumi-kun's. The more I heard of it, the harder it became for me to think that the person at the other side of the line was anyone other than Mitsumi-kun. Yeah, that sounds like Mitsumi-kun, alright. Should I try to get down to business and start talking? I sensed the gaze at my back. The girl was watching me steadily. The tinge of the back of my neck had yet to disappear. With what manner of expression was the demon girl looking at me? I wanted to turn around and see for myself, but I was too scared to do it.
ああ、うちのクラスがどうした？
いる
何が？
女子。先畑って名前の。
Becoming more and more incoherent, I somehow managed to explain myself. Mr. Meekins suddenly stopped answering. Silence. But I could hear the din of the city and other random noises. So it wasn't that we've gotten disconnected. Why wouldn't he say anything? And this next thing I heard was an enormous sigh. What was he saying all of a sudden? On top of that, why'd he have to use the language of a certain kind of totally irresponsible, groundless, anti-gamer science to label me? Well then.
リミに何か指図されてんだろ。いたずらかドッキリか。じゃあリミに伝えといてくれ。お前のせいでドッキリするから俺はバカじゃねえ。
本当？
何が？
本当にクラスメイト。
俺か。たまにしか学校来ねえから忘れちまったか？
I guess.
俺はともかくお前は1年の時から同じクラスだろ。この前だって3人で一緒に映画見に行ったじゃねえか。
Oh? I couldn't comprehend. What did Mr. Meekins ask somebody was saying? Demon Girl and I had been in the same class since freshman year. The three of us had gone to see a movie together a little while ago. A little while ago when?
俺がお前とダチになったのだって最初はリミに付き合わされたのがきっかけだったしな。俺と同じでリミも物好きだからよ。ニートのお前を気にかけてやってるのは世界広しといえど俺とリミぐらいだぜ。あ、それは言い過ぎか。
The words I heard from the other side of the phone. Not one of them felt real to me, because I had zero memory of anything you were referring to. I couldn't acknowledge that such a past existed. Then Mr. Meekins asked somebody was talking about a story, not about the past. Where the past could succeed in forming only with the support of one's memories.
っていうか、リミってマジで女の子だね。これは相手には言うなよ。
君は誰だ？
おいおい、マジでおかしくなってる。俺のことまで忘れたわけか？ゲームやりすぎ。
Sorry, I haven't messed with the sound effects, but it feels like the background music is a bit loud compared to the voices. Unable to stand it any longer, I single-handedly ended the call. I realized that without my noticing it, my breathing has gone frenzied. The sweat had been oozing from my forehead since not only showed no signs of stopping, it was starting to increase, enough to go dripping from my chin to my feet.
たく、汗びっしょりだよ。
And she looks very concerned. Looks like he's almost hyperventilating and just having a panic attack. Looking rather worried about me, the demon girl quietly offered me a handkerchief. Pretty, patternless handkerchief colored a faint vermilion. There was a slight floral scent to it. Instead of taking it, I attempted to somehow keep my composure and organize my thoughts about the current circumstances. But it didn't go too well. My endlessly suspicious emotions went down into a whirlpool of disorder.
で、大臣はなんて？
After sighing it in what sounded like a light disappointment as she put away a handkerchief, the demon girl asked me this with a triumphant expression. It was the attitude of someone who had known the answer from the start. I couldn't afford to answer her. What was she? An ordinary classmate of mine? Or a monster? I couldn't tell. Maybe I was the one who'd gone crazy. If you took the chat with Joken into consideration, it was hard to discard the possibility that someone other than myself was controlling me. Or else only my memories of this demon girl, the girl called Takehata Oimi, had by some accident been knocked clean out of me. Whatever the case, I didn't understand myself. Was it memory loss? Cannibalism? Something else altogether?
大丈夫？体、辛いならソファーで横になる？
The demon girl spoke to me kindly. Be careful of kind words. Anyone who acts nice to a creepy otaku like me must have an ulterior motive. I shook my head to show her my refusal and raised my face with all my strength. Blood got into my eyes, making my vision blur. The demon girl's face was closer than I expected. What color did she hold in those eyes of her?
なんで
何？
ここにいる？
なんでって、タクに会いに来たんだよ。もしかして勝手に部屋に入ったこと怒ってる？でもそれはタクがちっとも返事してくれないから悪いんだよ。結構長い時間ノックしてたんだから。
That's weird, since I assume, we've been sitting at the computer for a while, and suddenly he felt a gaze. And I'm sure if she was there knocking, we would have heard. I thrust the borrowed cell phone back at her. As I watched the demon girl timidly take it back, I asked her again.
なんで？
今度は何？
ここにいる。
What was her reason for coming to visit me? If she'd come to kill me, would she have acted on her intentions long ago? Yet why wasn't she doing anything?
ああ、ここに来た理由？ね。
The demon girl reached into her bag and pulled out the one she'd print out.
はい。進路希望のプリント持ってきてあげたの。
Without quite meaning to, I accepted it from her. But certainly it had future aspirations questionnaire written on it, with blank fields for up to 3 entries. Was that really it? Only that?
帰ってよ。
Oh, Takumi really is a wreck. Oh, I feel bad for her. Somehow. I didn't want to get involved. I mustn't get involved with 3D girls. This was a trap. Don't listen. This wasn't reality. It was a game, on top of that, full of bugs. Because there were too many contradictions. It didn't hold together as a story.
僕に関わらないでよ。
If you don't mean to kill me, then please let me be. I belong to myself. Show me. Show me. It's not me. That wasn't me. Might have been bells with Sakiyatagimi, but it had no connection with my current self. Holding my head, I closed my heart. I started to tremble, dreaming that a girl called Rimi had never been here in the first place. Somehow this is so sad. After some time I heard the sound of the door opening, telling my ears that the demon girl had left. Only the pale light of the PC monitor floated faintly in the middle of the pitch black room. It reflected the screensaver of Sarah, a character from Tune the animation. In this container house, which the girl Katsaki Hatarimi had visited half a day earlier, there could now be found solely the form of its owner, Nichijou Takumi. The time was already nearing 5 in the morning. It was Takumi's daily habit to play online games until dawn, then sleep like a log on the sofa. Now too, Takumi was lying on the sofa in an uncomfortable looking position. He didn't use his bed to sleep in. Though he possessed a proper bed, the reason he didn't sleep there was because it had been monopolized by the manga volumes, CDs, and so forth that he'd be piling up on top of it. In the period when he avoided cleaning because it would be too much of a bother, his bed had gradually transformed into a type of shelving. Henceforth, he began using the two-seat sofa as his sleeping space. Painful sounding moan splitted from Takumi's mouth. So why the sudden change from perspective? Perhaps he was having a nightmare. His entire body was sweating and his closed eyelids trembled. His expression twisted agonizingly. As he tossed and turned over and over, he came close to falling off the sofa. Suddenly, lying on his back, Takumi opened his eyes abnormally wide. His eyes were thoroughly bloodshot, and furthermore, his eyeballs themselves were twitching. This is creepy as hell. Without a single blink, he lumbered to his feet and drifted, swaying over to his PC. What the hell? What is happening? What? Refraining from sitting down, he moved the mouse while standing. The screensaver disappeared and his desktop filled the monitor. Illuminated by the monitor's pallid light, Takumi's expression was horribly empty. His body wavered from side to side, rolling down from his half-open mouth. His figure was that of a prototypical sleepwalker. As though delirious, Takumi started his net browser and opened the main page of that channel. The movements of his body were lackadaisical? I'm not even sure what that means, but he showed no hesitation in selecting threads related to the new gen in the breaking news board. In total, they numbered approximately 60, and Takumi opened them one by one in order from the top down. And while gazing at the monitor, he began touch typing. He repeated this in each of the 60 existing threads. The letters he typed were few, but all of them formed the same sentence. I guess.